Fire in the Sky, based on a true story. Okay. So I'm not sure if I really believe in alien abductions. I guess I believe in the possibility of it, but so easy to fake. And this particular alien abduction story is a very famous one. It's about Travis Walton. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find plenty of videos about the Travis Walton abduction, 1975. Just because it's very famous doesn't make it any more true. No diss on anybody that believes in aliens and believes in all this stuff and puts a lot of faith in the validity of this story. Fine, I don't care. I don't really believe this ever happened, but it makes for a pretty good movie. So this takes place in Arizona in 1975, in the more like woody part of Arizona, where a bunch of loggers are going in to, of course, do their job in the forest, and the hard-working, just regular dudes, and they stumble across a UFO in the woods that appears, next to their truck when they're driving, and they see it in a clearing, and Travis Walton, for whatever reason, gets out of the truck and goes and stands underneath and looks at the thing, and he apparently gets blasted with a ray of light, disappears, and everybody else is like, holy shit, man, let's go, what the hell, Travis, what happened to him? And then they're so scared that they just run away, and they see him disappear, but they have no idea where he is, and they're like, well, what do we do? Do we chase after this thing, or is it going to get us too, and let's get the fuck out of here? So they leave him, but they do go back for him, because they're like, oh my god, we can't leave him like that, we got to go find him. And they look for him and they don't find him, and then they come back to town, tell their story to the police and to investigators and like FBI or whatever. A lot of people don't believe them at first, because like, what the hell, aliens aren't real? What, are you, an idiot? Were you guys out drinking or something like that and just lost track of your friend? Did one of you murder your friend? Didn't he have an altercation with this other guy on your logging crew? And I don't know, so it becomes a pretty interesting layered story, and you get a lot of characters in here, a lot of characters that really come off as like real people in this weird situation. And how would your town deal with the fact that, there was 5 guys when you went out and you came back and there's only 4 of you? What the hell? And what about, how does that guy's family gonna feel that you left him out there? And their families are like interconnected, because one guy's like dating his sister and whatever, and it's like a small town, and it's like all these people trying to react. It's like some of them kind of think that maybe they were up to no good, and they killed Travis Walton, and he's missing, and nobody can find him, and they have this search party going on, and there's no trace of the guy whatsoever, and they're still under investigation. And then like 5 days go by. Eventually Travis reappears. He just kind of reappears in town, and he's like all cold and wet, and he's all freaked out, and like his brain just ain't right, and he's just all weird. He's all fucked up. I mean, they don't know what to think. I mean, the guys that saw him get abducted thought, well, okay, he's fucking dead, like, we don't know what to do, but he's back, and oh my god, like, thank god that people don't think we killed him anymore. But he's changed, and he's different, and now he's got this experience that he doesn't tell everybody right away, and because he doesn't really even remember at first. By accident, he kind of passes out under the table, or hallucinates or whatever, and recalls what happened to him in those 5 days. And that's where the best part of the movie happens, and it's about a 10-minute scene of Travis aboard this alien craft, and waking up and discovering like where he is, and he's like all covered in goo and stuff, and there's all this weird shit inside this alien spacecraft, and there's like other victims nearby. And then he sees some aliens in spacesuits, and then he sees the aliens without spacesuits and whatever, and he tries to escape and tries to figure out what the fuck's going on. but they capture him and they recapture him, I suppose, and they throw him down on the examination table and they probe him with all this kind of fucking weird stuff, and it's a really disturbing scene. And I mean, the aliens themselves aren't really that scary looking, but just the weird shit that they're doing to him, like, I mean, it's not like gross or anything. Like, well, I guess it is kind of gross, but it's not like, it's not what you're thinking. There's no anal probing going on, at least not on screen in here. But yeah, it's a really haunting, disturbing scene that the rest of the movie is kind of based around. However, it really comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't explain how he got out or how he got back. But it just shows you what he believes he experienced, or what he's seeing in his mind, right? I don't really know what they're saying. Are they saying this is exactly what happened, or is this just what he thinks happened? Is this all in Travis's head? Who knows? I mean, a lot of this movie has to deal with like lie detectors and stuff, and so passed the lie detector, and so didn't, or the results were inconclusive. Travis Walton passed the lie detector test, and all this stuff. And like, I don't think it's important to point out whether it was real or actually happened or not. It was just, I think this movie really just kind of tells you the story of how it affects everybody, and that's the best part about it. Like, it's a very different kind of movie in that we don't have a villain. Well, I guess the aliens are villains, but you don't really have a main character. You'd think it would be Travis Walton, but I mean, he's missing for more than half of the movie. So really, I guess the lead role falls down to his buddy Mike. I think his name is Mike, played by Robert Patrick. You know, the T-1000, and he gives a solid performance here. This is one of the few movies I think I've seen him in where he's just a straight up good guy. He does well here. Very good dramatic actor. Actually, all the actors in here are pretty good. James Garner plays like one of the investigators. James Garner, you know James Garner, right? The Rockford Files. Anybody? Now, some people call this movie very disturbing. I don't see it that way because, like, I don't really believe in alien abductions. I don't believe that stuff. I don't believe this story actually happened, okay? But that's just me. Doesn't matter what I believe. So, yeah, it didn't have that kind of frightening, haunting impact. Well, I guess it kind of did, but just the visuals are a little bit disturbing, but it's not that bad. So what would I give it overall? Fire in the Sky was a good movie. I'll give it a B. Based on a true story, well, okay. Yeah, sure. If you want it to be true, it is true. But it's either way, it's definitely worth a watch. So until next time, keep watching the skies. And have a good one, everybody.